Okay, so hi everybody. Who does stuff on Google Cloud? Okay, there's a lot of people there. We do a lot. So I'm from a company called Civ. We do a lot of stuff on Google Cloud. We also do a lot of stuff on App Engine, and some of our stuff are hosted on Bitbucket. Okay, and then we use multi-platform technology. But what I'm focusing on is just Django, Web App 2, and Python. We have a lot of clients and projects, so we build a lot of stuff over the years. And every single time we create a project, we have to create a repository in Bitbucket, we have to grant user permissions, we disallow DTO branches, create a test project, create a production project, set up continuous deployment, usually falls into the CTO's hands. That's me. Oh my gosh, I've done this so many times in my life. So what if we could automate this and do this from Slack? So that's exactly what we did. But to add more suspense to this lightning talk, I will play a Mission Impossible soundtrack. That is not Mission Impossible. I need the audio from my laptop. Actually, that was my audio. I found another one playing. Oh crap. Okay, minimize VLC. There we go. Okay, so we have a deployment channel on Slack. Okay, every time we do this, we just press civbot help. Hit enter. Okay. I want to create a project and a project ID. So I say create project. I want to say Pycon Albert. Yeah. Like that. Create Pycon Albert. So now it's telling me I'm now creating both Pycon Albert and a Pycon Albert test project, both in GCP. So I don't have to go to Google Cloud Console anymore. Oh my gosh, this soundtrack is making me so tense. Okay. So while things are loading, usually I tell developers, what do you do when some things are loading? You know, you just stay on your computer, open Facebook, and then you get distracted for the next 30 minutes. So instead, what you should do is do push-ups. And that's why my script is fast, because I can't do a lot of push-ups. So now what will happen? Okay, a lot of stuff happened right there. So we the script cloned Pycon Albert Master. So where is this coming from? It cloned from our base boilerplate. So it cloned the App Engine boilerplate that we have in the company. So it cloned that, created a new repository, and then now I have Google Cloud Console. So I just click there, and then I also now have App Engine both production and test, and I also have the Bitbucket repo. So I have Pycon Albert here in my Google Cloud Console. It also now has an App Engine app that says hello because that's from our base boilerplate. And now I also have Pycon Albert test app spot. So what I'm gonna do is, I have Pycon Albert here. I'm gonna try to clone it if I have enough time. How much time do I have?
Less than 2 minutes.
Okay, let's try this. So I'm gonna clone the repo. I need terminal. Oh my gosh, my hands are shaking. Copy paste, all right. Okay, so cloning now, hurry up, CD, Pycon Albert. Alright, open Sublime. Okay, oh my god, hands are shaking. Create.py. Alright, setters 5, we say, hello, Pycon APAC. Shucks. Say that. The code of conduct in full effect. ls gsd ga.gc-m. Yeah, GP push. Alright, and then I can issue one more command. Deploy, I go back here, and I say deploy Pycon Albert. So I just cloned it. Woo! Deploy. Push up. Push up.
More push-ups.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. sir.
Good afternoon! I'm not going to be fast today. This lightning talk is intended for beginners. Are there beginners out there? Can I see the hands of beginners, Python beginners? Or just curious what is Python? Okay, by the way, I'm Arvin Bulay-Bulay. I'm from Dumaguete. So I am Bisdak. Asa mga Bisdak dire? Woo! I want to hear our hashtag. Our hashtag is
Constant improvement.
Python is forever. Okay, I'll be romantic today. I tell you the truth. I made a living out of Python. So, you know, I started it in 2005. So I made my first script in 2005. And until now, I'm here. So, if you are curious what is Python, if you're a beginner, if you are thinking, if you're asking if you can earn out of it, yeah, it really pays well. And I mean, a living out of it. So, but, you know, my lightning talk will be intended for beginners. So I want to emphasize the importance of good documentation. You know, it's like a love note. If you create a function, you know, I always challenge myself because it's very hard. It is very hard for a software engineer to write documentation, to write docstring. You know, if you write during my beginner days, I jump right away. I code right away, and then after that, I don't like to write docstrings or documentation anymore. So it is very important. As what Jacob said during Pycon APAC 2011, said the importance of good documentation. So just like a love note, you know. So write it, explain what is it. Just like Ravindran said yesterday, not to like label a cat, an image cat with a text cat. Okay, so I hope you guys, because we said Python is forever. I hope you write good documentation. When you write your code, you have to write documentation, and that will be forever. Jacob said he doesn't know if sure or he's not sure during that time that if Python or Django will stay for 10 years. But look at now, we're here, and we make a living out of it. So thank you very much, and good afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Ew. Ew. All right. So hi, I'm Clark. I'm going to talk about TDD in a nutshell. So the common misconception for TDD is that as long as you're writing tests, you're writing TDD. That's wrong. Actually, TDD follows these 3 laws. So in a nutshell, it's write a failing unit test, make it pass, and refactor if applicable. All right, so let's do that. So right now I have a Python test.py and then a, what do you call this? Roman. So I'm going to convert decimal numbers to Roman numerals. So Python test.py, it fails. Why? Because this convert function returns nothing. All right, so let's return, if number is equal to 1, let's return I. Okay, it passes. How about for, oh no. How about for when number equals to, oh wait, sorry. Gosh darn it. So okay, let's write a unit test for when it's, when 1 is 2. Sorry. All right, so right now I have when 2, it should be this one. Okay, it fails. I just need to write that one. Okay, oh, it still fails. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so how about for 4? Okay, it fails. So right now I'm going to do this. Okay, it passes. I know what you're thinking. You're just putting a lot of if statements. So this isn't going to be scalable. You need to refactor. So that's why I'm just going to comment this out and I'm going to do this algorithm. So whenever the result or the number is greater than the key, which is here, it's just going to keep on appending into the result. So, okay, let's test if this works. All right, nice. So, how about for 5? It fails because we still haven't defined 5. Right now, it outputs IVI because 4 plus 1 equals 5. So, we're just going to have to input this one. Okay, great, it works. How about for 8? What happens? Apparently it still passes because 5 III have. For 9, I don't think this is going to work because it's going to output VIV, which is 5 then IV. So what we need to do is we need to define 9 here. Okay, so I'm in the mood for refactoring. So again, when I write unit tests that fail and I make them pass, I have the option to refactor. Alright, so maybe I could convert this into a dictionary. We all know that dictionaries are very optimized, and because of the way it works with hashes. Okay, let's test. It failed. It's because of the way the dictionary works. So the order gets shuffled because of the hash. So right there and then, I knew that my code broke some change. I mean, it broke the code. So that's the beauty of TDD. You instantly know when you break your code. Okay, so let me just undo that and continue with my test. So right now I have 28. So 28 is XXVVIII. Let's run the test. Of course it fails. It's going to output IX 3 times because 9 times 3 is equal to 27. And then there's another I equals 28. So what I just need to do is define 10 here. And now it's going to work. Alright, so in summary, what I did was the TDD lifecycle of writing a failing unit test, making that test pass, and then refactoring if applicable. Alright, so with that said, I'd like to plug in Adhikari's workshop a bit later. I think it's classroom number 5. He's going to talk about tests in Python. And also, if you'd like to ask more questions for me, I'm on Twitter. This is my Twitter handle. And
Thank you very much.
So, good afternoon, Pythonista. I am Johannes Armando Pasco, an associate professor in the University of Science and Technology way back in the South, Cagayan de Oro, and I'm a proud member of the PyChala community group. I'm here to present to you a project that we did with my students. We developed a network monitoring system for measuring seawater quality with database using Django REST framework along with my students. For the first background there, what is this symbol? Anyone? New or micro? So it's micro, which stands for small. So I like this symbol because of some certain reasons. First, can we squeeze in Python in a constrained environment like in a microcontroller? Yes, we did that using MicroPython. In other words, I can now program my microcontroller using Python. And also, can we implement artificial neural network in a microcontroller? Sort of like UANN. So that's the thing that I want to do. I want to squeeze in the Python interpreter into very constrained processors. And as a work of my students, we try to solve BFAR's monitoring issues. For example, BFAR is having manual checking of the parameters of the sea. There's no database or record. And of course, we want to help the no fixed schedule of checking the sea parameters. So that's why we developed this system which monitors the sea properties of the sea and sort of transmit it wirelessly. So I'm going to give you a video of the work of my students, and they will now explain everything.
So this is our system composed of 3 sensors with 3 microcontrollers, which is the Windows D1 SP8266 with MicroPython installed firmware and powered by a power bank with 10,000 mAh. So we use MQTT MicroPython library to connect with our Django customer database to a built-in module on our microcontroller.
So, as we've mentioned before, we have 3 sensors, and the way it works is the moment the sensors got its value, it will send its data through Wi-Fi, and the range will be dependent on how strong the Wi-Fi is. And because we use MQTT, the possibilities for web hosting could be implemented in this project, but for now we are doing a local connectivity scope. So the mechanism here is that let's say a sensor have reached its value, then it publishes its data and send it through subscribed device. Then the only next thing to do is therefore to make a listener Python class so that someone would listen to that value that has been published by the sensor. So after listening, assuming it's able to listen to the values, we then create an ID object so that it could be stored in the database of the Django. So after we also made a front-end design, which is by the use of Jinja, created an HTML file inside the Django directory, the same as before. And then we've loaded the listened values from the back end of the Django database. So Django is very flexible, and there are a lot of
Thank you very much.
We've created field supported